Hi Skyloftians, I'm Nico, and in the last video we finished Skyward Sword's tutorial of Skyloft. And now we're gonna jump off the island and jump into the green hole towards the Faron Woods. This is part 2 of my true 100% walkthrough of collecting every single thing in Skyward Sword. So if you like this video or you're looking forward to the next one, or you're just looking for some Zelda content, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. As soon as you're ready, the little kid Gully will tell you about Beetle. He does have the 3 dots on his head, so you could talk to him, but it's not really anything. He'll mention about Beetle, the little airship that's flying around, which is a shop where you can buy a bug net. We'll worry about that later. Now it's time to jump off Skyloft. Head towards the green hole, and if you look in the distance, you'll see a little island which looks like a pumpkin on top of it. It actually is a pumpkin. We'll need to go there later. You could go there now, there is a heart piece, but we're gonna do it later because we're not gonna get an extra heart anyway. Also, sometimes the birds can carry rupees. If you hit them, you get those rupees. I obviously missed. And Fi will tell you about the hole. Make sure you're at it and check the map and blah blah blah. Just ignore it, I told you what she said. Jump in the hole, let's go. Now we're in the sealed grounds. Before you land, it'll tell you to use the sailcloth. Don't use it. It'll do it automatically. I think if you use it, you'll actually waste time. So it's going to do it for you automatically last second. And then Fee will tell you to use it next time. Just again, don't listen to her. Besides the bats and the choo-choos, now is your first enemy where you have to slice a specific direction. These are called dekubabas. You'll notice the way it opens its mouth. This one is opening it up and down. So that means you have to slice it horizontally. This is really the concept of the game. Lots of your attacks depend on which way you slice. You'll notice this next one makes you slice vertically, and you can also use a Skyward Strike if you'd like to. And naturally, if you miss one and they hit you, you lose a heart. When you jump down this cliff, there'll be a little cutscene and Link will have a little vision. And then if you try and go through the doors, you can't. And if you're like me, you're gonna try to cut the grass and try to get as much things as possible. There's nothing else to do, so you gotta jump all the way down. Then when you get to this little pillar thing, it'll tell you it needs to be hit with a Skyward Strike. When you do that, things will happen and these wind stuff starts coming out from the ground. Then Fee tells you how to use the dowsing ability. What'll happen, she'll give you something that you need to look for. In this case, it's Zelda. And then you use your up D-pad and start looking around, and it'll start beeping when you're pointing in the right direction. So obviously this tells you need to go back up. For whatever reason, if you want to take the long way, you can run around if you want to see what's around here. And honestly, there's nothing. Or you can go up those flying thingies. Just walk up to it and you'll fly up. For the sake of a storyline, go walk straight and talk to the little old lady. She'll tell you stuff again that has to do with the storyline about the Goddess Sword and Skyward Strike and all that stuff. She'll also tell you how to use the beacon on your map, and you have to put the beacon on the X. Then she'll tell you there's a treasure chest right next to her left. Go get that treasure chest and you'll find a bottle with a revitalizing potion. This potion will repair your shield and give you some hearts. And if you're like me, you want to check everything out, feel free to run around. There are some pots, you could get some rupees, and there's one pot with a fairy. The fairy can give you hearts and you can also capture it in a bottle. If you capture it in a bottle, whenever Link is defeated, it will revive Link. Now let's make our way through those doors. As you walk through the doors, you'll notice the blue beacon, so keep that in mind if you want to mark anything in the map. As you get farther, you'll see some grass. Again, cut the grass. Maybe we can get more rupees. As of now, I would try to get up to at least 280 rupees. You'll then see a group of bokoblins bothering a Goron. Now you'll have to use your swiping direction thingy with the sword properly. So you'll notice the bokoblins block left, right, up, or down. So all you have to do is swing the sword away from their sword. Does that make sense? You got it. Go for it. I trust you. I believe in you. Go for it. You can also use the Skyward Strike. It'll knock them back. Then you could use that jumpy stabby thing. After you save the Goron, he'll look at the bird statue. You'll go with him and then you'll clean it. I like cleaning. When you see these type of bird statues, of course, it'll allow you to save the game, but also it'll allow you to go back to the sky. And after this point, you could start using the Loftwing amiibo if you have it. Just make sure you turn it on in the options. Now before we make our way to the Faron Woods, you see these vines? I'd climb up it and go in that little cave. You can then push this log on the ground. Now if you fall into the sealed grounds, you can use this as a shortcut to go into the Faron Woods. Now whenever you re-enter this area, look at this wall because you can also find the Beetle. Again, we're trying to collect everything possible. There's another wall right by the sealed grounds entrance. There's another Beetle there too. Sometimes there's two, and there's usually butterflies also. We can't get them yet. Now let's make our way to Faron Woods. You push this log, climb up the log, there's the beacon, and now we're in Faron Woods. Cue the music. Again, it's not necessary, but it'd be good to try to get 280 rupees at least in this area. So I'm going to cut lots of grass. Now follow along the path, you'll see this rope, jump onto it. You swing the Joy-Con to make it swing. Then if you see these little spiky ball things, it'll start to tick if you touch it. And if you don't do anything, it'll explode. You can just roll around and shake the Joy-Con around to knock them off. Then you see these little branches. If it's lit up like that, if you cut the lit part, it can drop some items like rupees. Now we're going to cut this wall, and then we're going to see two bokoblins bothering what we call a Kikwi. Save the Kikwi, please. He's crying. Now when you save the Kikwi, he gets scared and he runs away. Go follow the Kikwi. Now when you get to this mushroom area, the Kikwi will hide behind a mushroom. Now speaking of mushrooms, if you slice the mushroom, little spores will come out. You can collect those spores in a bottle, but those spores won't do anything. However, if you see one of the spores glittering like this, slice it with a sword and collect those spores and you have a glittering spore. These spores do multiple things. One of the things that they do is if you put it on a rupee, it can change the color of a rupee. You can get more, but you can also get negative, which is called a rupore. It can take rupees away from you. So if it turns black, which it didn't happen to me, don't touch it. You can use it to stun enemies, and if there's a heart, if you put the glittering spore on the heart will become a fairy. Now back to the Kikwi. When you see it hiding behind a mushroom, roll into it or slice it, it'll get scared and it'll run to another one. Find that one, do it again, and then it'll run away all the way behind this tree. When you talk to Kikwi, he'll say some more stuff and then he'll tell you to find the Elder. Now there is a shortcut to do these things a little bit faster. I'll share it later in the video, but if you want to just go there now, just check the link in the description. After you talk to this Kikwi, turn around and push the log right behind it and you'll find an amber relic. The simple way to get to the Elder is just to follow the path. Now we're going to run up here, avoid the Deku Baba, keep following the path, and you'll find a bokoblin. Whenever you see these Octoroks, you can use the shield to parry it. If you just hold the shield, it'll block it and it'll damage the shield, but the parrying won't damage the shield. You'll see another log, let's push it. Keep following the path, you'll see more trees, cut down those trees. You'll see a few Octoroks. If you want to knock down those little fruit things, just roll into the tree. There's a tree here with another Beetle, sometimes there's two. And then follow the path, and then we see another Deku Baba, slice this thing to make the rope drop, jump across the rope, and you'll find the Elder. Talk to the Elder, and it'll basically give you the dowsing ability. So if you want to look for the Kikwis yourself, you can use this dowsing ability to find them. Or you can just follow me and I'll tell you. And for future reference, anytime you see a hole, you can roll into the hole, it'll be a little faster. Now you'll see this rope with the spiky ball things. You have a couple options. You can go onto the rope and shake the Joy-Con. It'll jostle the rope and those things will drop. Or you could, if you balance well, you can just run and it'll drop off from you running. Go a little farther. And now we fight more bokoblins. Again, slice left, slice right, slice up and down, whatever you need to. Just don't slice the sword. And look at that, I found an ornamental skull. If you find a place to sit like this, again, these things will give you some hearts. You'll see the Kikwi on the tree. All you have to do is roll into the tree and the Kikwi will drop, and so will a rope. You found the first, I guess, the second Kikwi. Climb up the rope and jump across. Push the log and you're towards the back of the Faron Woods. If you see these crows, they can poop on you. It's very interesting. But if they poop on you, the poop gets stuck and it'll drain your stamina. Not a big deal. Then if you go all the way over here, you'll see a bird statue. Faye will also tell you you can use this to look around. Sometimes there's an amber relic to the side of the statue, they're just not here this time. Cut some grass, defeat some birds, defeat some bokoblins, but keep following along the path. Then you'll see vines on the wall over here. Run up the wall, climb the vines, jump all the way across, and all this grass, cut it. You have to cut all the grass so the Kikwi can't hide, and now you found your third Kikwi. Jump down if you want to fight more bokoblins. I was trying to be cool. Roll into the tree for some more beetles, defeat the bokoblin, try to get some rupees, and then you roll into that hole. Watch out for the Octorok to your right, and you'll see a log behind that Octorok. Push that log. Now walk up this and go to the left, you'll see a heart piece. Balance along and grab the heart piece. Then make your way across to the other side and you'll see some grass. Go to the grass and there's a hole. Fall down that hole. Or try to collect more rupees like I'm doing. Follow the path, try to pick up this bush, and there's your last Kikwi. Now make your way all the way to the Elder and he will give you a slingshot. Grab the slingshot and then he'll tell you to use it to shoot the vine on the tree. Speaking of the vine on the tree, let me tell you about the shortcut. In the mushroom area by the first Kikwi, you'll see the tree with that vine that you were supposed to shoot with the slingshot. Just roll into the wall and the vine will still drop. Now talk to the Kikwi and run up the left side of the hill and then you can jump across the vine. And you don't even have to talk to the Elder. I'm sorry I made you do that if you watched the first part. But I realized if you skip the beginning part and you don't know what's next, you kind of have to go back. Just check the timestamp and find the Kikwi Elder. Check the link in the description. And now, after we get our slingshot, let's make our way to that bricked area and go to the bird statue. We're gonna go back to the sky, and again, I hope you have at least 280 rupees. Now let's make our way back to Skyloft. And whichever area you jump off the loft wing at the Skyloft is the area in which you're going to land on Skyloft. So I would drop by the bazaar. You'll see Beetle and use the slingshot to hit the bell. And then you can climb up to go into Beetle's airship. Now that we're at Beetle's airship, the one thing you should buy for sure is the bug's net. If you have some rupees, go buy a rupee wallet. And now, just for the heck of it, you don't have to do this, you can watch first. I'm gonna sleep on this bed, and it's gonna take me to Beetle's Island. You'll need to go here later, but I'm going here now just to collect some things. At least you have an idea of what this is. You can use the bug net if you're comfortable with it, which obviously I'm not, but there are some fireflies here. And then there's a beetle on the wall. So that's pretty much it. So you don't really have to go here. I just wanted to at least show you if you wanted those bugs. But what this also does is resets Beetle's shop so you can buy another rupee wallet. Now just for the heck of it, I'm going to leave and come back in. If you look at an item and don't buy anything and try to leave, Beetle gets very upset. Now let's make our way to the bazaar. Actually, don't. Maybe. I'm gonna upgrade my shield. Now if you see, you're gonna need 2 amber relics, 1 monster claw, and a jelly blob. Chances are you got 2 amber relics, but the monster claw you might not have gotten. I got lucky earlier in the game, if you remember. I got it in the cave by the waterfall. So if you want, go run over there, go get yourself a monster claw so we can strengthen this wooden shield. And that's all we can do for now. Let's make our way back to Faron Woods. Make sure we land at the viewing platform, and like I mentioned before, if you look to the side of it, there's an amber relic. It might not be there for you. Use the slingshot on the vine, climb up, jump across, and let's make our way into the deep woods. Now you'll see this bokoblin. If you hit him soon enough, he won't blow the horn, but I missed. But honestly, it's fine because I want some items. One item that's kind of annoying to collect are bird feathers. If you see some birds, you gotta walk quietly and swing your bug net very quickly. Now roll into this tree, the beehive will drop, you get the larva, and then collect lots of bees. Just swing the bug net around. And of course, cut some grass, try to get more stuff. I like stuff. And if you feel like it, try to get some birds. Now let's follow along the path. You'll see this beehive, knock it down, and run across the rope. I didn't mention this before, but the best way to balance is to move the Joy-Con left and right as you're running across. Climb up to the side, and then you push a log for another little shortcut thing. You'll see a bokoblin, go defeat it. And also knock the rock. Follow the path to the side, climb the ledge, jump to the side. One way you can do this part is shoot the bokoblin to get its attention, then have it go on the rope, and then shoot it when it's on the rope, and it'll drop down. Now there's a right way to knock down these spiky ball things, is you can use a slingshot, or you can just do what I did, run across, mess up, fall, and now they're gone. And make your way across the rope. Then there's this tree by the bird statue. It has 2 beetles. Well, at least for me 2. Now jump across to the rope, swing, and jump across to the other side. Follow the path and you'll find a Quadro Baba. It's the same as a Deku Baba, but sometimes it'll open up and down, or it can open left and right. It can also dodge your attack and then hit you. When it does that, swing again quickly before it hits you. Then follow the path to the left and you'll find a treasure chest for 20 rupees. Then make your way to the Goron. He talks about this goddess cube. What you want to do here is actually deny his request twice. He'll give you larva. Anyway, you have to use a Skyward Strike on the goddess cube. You'll see what these are used for later. Push this log for another shortcut. Jump down, use a Skyward Strike on the next goddess cube. Now in this area, you could cut some grass on the left side and the right side to get some more rupees. Also, there is a grasshopper. Grasshoppers are annoying to catch, but I would collect those too. Or you can collect the very rare. If you ever see a bluebird, I would try to collect it. Now before we go into the temple, I want us to go back to the sky. When you make your way to the sky, Fee will tell you about those goddess cubes that you did. She'll tell you where there are 2 treasure chests. The first one I want to go to is all the way in the south. And we're going to get a heart piece. And the next one is at the Lumpy pumpkin. You now have an extra spot in your adventure pouch. Go into the Lumpy pumpkin, you'll notice there's a heart piece in the chandelier. Make your way up the stairs and roll into the banister by the chandelier. The chandelier will drop, everybody will go crazy, but you got yourself a heart piece and a few rupees, why not? The owner will ask you to talk to him, and you can't just leave. However, if your bottles are full, you can leave. But if you have an empty bottle, he will give you pumpkin soup. The soup is for the knight's commander in the sparring hall, and it has to be given to him within 5 minutes. So let's make our way to Skyloft. Again, you can skip this if your bottles are full, but I'm gonna do this just to get it over with. Now if you want, you can drop by the Knight's Academy and give the soup to Aegis. He'll be very happy. While you're here, you can catch some butterflies if you see them, but where I want to go is back to Beetle. This is the last wallet from Beetle, and now you can hold 1,200 rupees. And as of now, that's it. Let's make our way back to the Skyview Temple. And again, you can cut some grass, collect whatever you want, try to get more rupees, try to get more things. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have more ideas, if you need help with anything, let me know. And if you want more Zelda content or you want to see the next video, I hope you consider subscribing or at least checking out the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time!